What's up guys, Marino here. In today's video I am going to be sharing with you my Feather client settings and my Minecraft settings. Everything is included, my sensitivity, my keybinds, my mods, mod packs, resource packs, and everything. So as you can see I am on a Feather client. A lot of you don't know that. It's pretty good. You have his mods. You can turn them on while in game and literally changes. So I mean you can turn on everything. All just look too complicated. I use some that I need. Pretty much for modern PvP. This is not for 1.8. I'm on 1.21.10, and these are just some mods to help you understand the game and maybe make you better, but I don't feel like they do. Just make a game more understandable to you, I'll say. You obviously have general settings which you can change and play with them. Um, you have chat options, performance, which is just performance, cosmetics. I'm back. Graphics settings, pretty much do what they say. You can disable advancements, you can disable panorama in game, fire height, this just fire overlay. Pretty much, just typical things. Personal preferences, to be honest. Social, I don't know what that does. Yeah, you can see the options. You have mod profiles. If you want to apply my profile, which I'm using, this is the code. You copy the code, click import profile, import the code, type some name, and click download profile. It should be download right there. You click on it and it's automatically applied. Let's go to mod menu and see what I'm using. I'm using animations. These are the settings for animations. Typical animations, maybe even default, I don't know. So that's for animations. I use armor bar, armor status, pretty self-explanatory. Goes right there, right next. Basically, if you don't want to like go into your inventory and look your armor or whatever, you can just apply it, and you can see down there, so you don't have to open your inventory, see the durability, and worry about that. You can see down there. Let's go back. Attack indicator. This is just when you're so you can time your hits. You see this sword under my crosshair. Whenever it whenever it disappears, you can hit another time. Pretty good, pretty useful, to be honest. Next thing we have is all of these off. Boss bar, that's just pretty self-explanatory. Brightness, I use full bright. You can set it to keybind or custom brightness, or just normal brightness if you want it. Don't use any of this, it can be pretty useful. This is just, I think, for all 1.8. Yeah, you can add custom advancements, that's pretty good, fun. I tried it. Custom chat, this is just to make your chat better, so you can like read the chat history, automatic mention. When somebody types your name in the chat, it automatically it things, not things, like rings, makes a sound, and you can read the chat. Pretty good. Dark mode, turn off and on. Sometimes I play it on, sometimes I play it off. It matters is it night or day. Death info, pretty useful on SMPs. Shows the coordinates where you died, and in the chat and on the display. Direction, pretty stupid to me. You can just do it by pressing F3. You can see facing south, east, north, and west. That's pretty stupid if you don't have it in your F3. Next thing we have is hearts. This is just hearts. I mean, pretty explanatory. Horses. This just shows the horse stats, I think. I don't know, I never ride a horse, so I don't know. FPS, I forgot about that one. Shows your FPS. You can set it however you want. You can set the border to be whatever color you like. It to be dynamic, so you can change the border based on the FPS, or you can set it to be static, which is just normal. Inventory, this is highlights new items. Basically, if I just drop some things on the floor, and you see I have nothing, and I pick it up, I think you see it adds the highlights, so you know what's the new thing. I use it. You can also use it on your hotbar, so you know if you have. I use it for totems, so I know if it's applied or not, because you can set it to whenever you change your hotbar, whenever it joins your hotbar, like when you place it from here, like here, it highlights it until you hover over it. So that's pretty good. I use it for macing and wherever not where I use the totem. Next thing we have right here is name tags. This is just 1.8 typical. I mean, a 1.8 player uses this. I don't. I type for video. Pretty good. This is for. I used this once. I didn't know what it means. I just didn't. I didn't know it was on. I used it and it was pretty good. It like shows what texture packs you're using based on the thing. What you're doing in the game, I think. Perspective. You can set it to do any key. So basically, what this does is when you're like walking, you don't have to F5 or wherever your button for perspective is. You click just the button you set, and you can move like this. It's pretty good when you're like doing the when you go for bottles of enchanting, and somebody's hunting you. You can just spray this and look behind you, because it doesn't matter where you're looking, it will always spray in the same direction, which is pretty good. I use it on SMPs, which not really play now. Tab list, pretty self-explanatory. Ping, just shows your ping. Playtime, I mean, if you want. Potion effects, this is really useful. It shows when your effects is gone, what effect you have on you, and when every single one of these disappear, the whole thing disappears. So basically, when you have like typically the most effects in the games are strength, fire resistance, and speed or swiftness. So basically, if you apply them and turn off the F3, you'll see you can move it anywhere. By the way, you can do that for anything. You can move this wherever you want. You can move this wherever you want. It's just typical preferences of choice. You can make it bigger, you can make it lesser, like not lesser, but you know, smaller. Where we got to the potion effects. Reconnect. Basically what this does is when you have error joining the server, it reconnects the server until you join, which if server is offline and you know that it is offline, if you turn this on, you'll just need to quit the whole game and turn it off so you can play, because you'll just keep reconnecting until you just crash out of the game. Saturation, what this does is you see these like 2.5 things on my hunger. So basically, when let's say I pop a gap, you see those, like you see it shows how much you'll gain from it. So basically, when I pop a gap, you see the red things on the hunger bar. go up to whatever it's shown. It's basically pretty useful. I don't really pay much attention to it, but you can use it in SMPs or PvP or whatever you need to. That's pretty good, pretty useful. Next thing we have here is I think yeah, scoreboard. This is just for multiplayer. Shows your kills, deaths, KD, name, whatever the server you're on. If the server allows it. If it doesn't, you're just not seeing anything. Screenshot, just screenshot. Instead of keybind. Keybind search, pretty self-explanatory. Don't use it. Uh, Subtitles, I used that once when I'm playing a manhunt. I use it. Snap look is also good for speedrunning. Tier tagger, it shows you what you are. You know, you can set to tier sources, whatever you server want. Minecart, you know. This is pretty good. If you turn it on, I think it'll show you what you are. I don't know. Basically, you need to play on the actual server so it shows, I think. I'm not sure. I think that's it for a better client. Tab list just makes tab better. Zoomify, typical zoom. You can zoom in, zoom out, you can zoom in home however you want. It's pretty good, pretty useful for let's say, I don't know what's that. I think that's some like ruined portal or something. I can just click C and see that that's a squid. Typically you can change any key binding here. That's defaultly set it to something you're already using. Pretty good, pretty useful actually. Now let's go to the Minecraft settings. My FOV 105, skin customization, you just copy. Video settings, then just copy. Sometimes I use being off, however you say this. Viewing off. Sometimes I use it on. It's pretty good. Not the view booing, the and the distance. I want to say and the distance was good. This is just for optimization, pretty much. Render distance. This is just for best for me, for my PC and everything. Pretty good. Frame rate, unlimited. If you have a high refresh rate monitor, you can turn this on. What this does is just basically maxes the FPS you can get per hertz on your monitor. So for reference, if you have 240 hertz monitor, it'll just cap your FPS at 240. For every single monitor it's like that. It's pretty good. I'm using an off monitor right now. This is not like main one. Menu background blur, this is just pretty stupid. Cloud distance I set to 2 chunks because I don't use clouds. Language English US. Actually Feather client added some. If you don't have your language in the game, Feather client added every single one, I think. For resource packs, we have a lot of resource packs. I'll go every single one by one. So first off, I have fabric mods. This is just fabric mods are typically just fabric defaults. Because if you're playing on fabric, this is just defaultly added by fabric and you cannot remove it. Same as default, just fabric. First thing I use from custom texture packs is full bright. I already have it in Feather client. It's just not useful when you have it. I use flame frags, texture packs. I just feel they're the best. Shout out to my boy Flame. He made really good texture packs. So first thing we use is flame frags particles. You can get all of these texture packs in his Discord server. Flame frag sweep. This is typically, I use all of his texture packs. Flame frags UI. Just making your UI better. Flame frags SMP. This is for makes your utility smaller. Makes your sword smaller. Makes it just way better for understanding and clarity on your screen. Flame frags SMP. This is the newer version. You use both. Depends on what version I am. Small ult. This is really useful. So basically, I'll turn this off for a second. So basically, when we apply this, without it, as you can see, when I grab the shield and the sword and let's say wind charges and gapple, let's say golden apples, you can see how big it is. And the shield too. Look at that. It's not right now because I'm using the feather client, but basically, I don't know. I'll put a reference. So if it's like this, if it's like this in your hand, it'll just be like 2 or 3 times bigger in your FOV. I mean, in your point of view. Let's go back to texture packs, resource packs. I use small yield. This is SMP2, small yield. This is for my last skin totem. Small totem pop, pretty useful. Cobweb outlines, it's also pretty useful. This is pretty much it. This is all for older versions. Basically, when I apply all of these texture packs, it just looks super cool. I think it might even be smaller. Yeah, you see how it is now with small yield? It's pretty small. That was small, but this is pretty small. It makes just way better. Yeah, let's go to music and sounds. I use this at 10 because I use full volume on my headphones. Might not be good for something, I don't know what, but you understand it. Controls, now this is where it gets tricky. This is my mouse settings. DPI is 800. As you can see, it's raw input on 140. I didn't use toggle, it's just complicated for me. I use hold. Learned that when I was a kid. Keybinds. I actually, this is for, this changed. By default, the sprint is control and the sneak is shift. To change it, I don't know why I like it that way. Advancements L, quick actions, the barrier, whatever you say this. Take screenshot F2 default. Toggle cinematic camera, I don't have it. Toggle full screen F11. Toggle perspective F. List players, this is tab. B. Open chat Y. Open command slash. Social interaction screens P. Attack destroy default, everything is here default. Drop button U1. This is set to button 4. This is 3, this is 4, this is button 5. Q, V, E, X, G, R. That's it, I guess. So basically, I don't think you get my Minecraft settings if you copy the code. If you copy the code for my Feather client, I don't think you actually do. this was just something I wanted to share with you guys. Everything is super customizable. This is only like 30% of what is in Feather Client and in the actual Minecraft. So if you're playing on real Minecraft, you have premium, make sure you try out Feather Client. Let me know down in the comments what do you think, and I'll see you guys next time.